There we go. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to tonight's episode of Tomes and Tales RPG. We're going to waste no time because there is a drama happening outside Dushka's tent in the small little tent area inside Potts Hollow where the tribe seem to be located. But at this point in time, we're coming face to face with Petunia's father, but we're going to cut straight to the chase and see what the hell's gonna happen on tonight's episode of Tomes and Tales. Ooh!
Welcome to Tomes and Tales RPG.
And welcome back. Do you want to run it back 10 seconds about what you said?
Well, hello, you bastard.
So you see the stout, like, rotund-bellied halfling with the kind of more browny blonde kind of hair, the real cross eyebrows. He's wearing like his dark brown shirt, green vest, black trousers, boots, all that sort of stuff. I wrote a script, would you believe it?
I would.
Yeah. And he gets just right in your fucking grill, like no, now Kith.
The smuggest grin on Hugle's face.
It's just shit-eating grin.
Just smiling back at him, because Hugle knows, like, probably doesn't realise that Hugle's got, like, a fucking gang of marauders behind him.
And like, nah, dog, he let us slide, you understand? He was cool like that. He starts, like, there's that moment where he like looks up and down, just pokes you in the chest, and like real firm points the chest. He goes, "You got a little nerve showing up around here again, boy." Hey?
And just like the very like calm puts him out and just slowly like pushes him back.
Slaps his fucking your hand off his chest. After how you behaved? After how you treated after how I treated you treated my little girl? You got the audacity to show up back here?
You don't scare me anymore, you pudgy old fuck.
Damn, you know what? Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Smoke!
15. I'm pretty sure it's a minus.
Can we give him advantage if we like all stand
That
behind?
was advantage.
That was advantage.
Oh, damn it!
-1, so 14.
Okay. He's just like scoffs a little, looks over down. He goes, you and this little, and I think like flicks your little necklace. He goes, you and the worship of that queen that you love so much has plagued us at every turn. I have no doubt that you were somehow responsible for it.
You've mentioned that more than once. Your fucking ideas of what life is, and what death is, and what all of our worship means, doesn't mean fuck all to me anymore. I've dealt with you. I've dealt with worse than you. I feel sorry for you.
By this point, has the rest of the party followed?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah? Okay. So the rest of you all walk out. A pallet elf, a changeling, a tiefling, Petunia, a dragon, an owlbear.
We're so close behind him that when we breathe in, Hugh's head like goes deep into our nostrils and like back
It
down.
looks like this, like...
Yeah.
And he looks back, sees you, Petunia, and he just shakes his head. He's so just like disgusted. And he goes, look at you. You're bringing more ne'er-do-wells in trouble into our village. Our home.
Seems like there's plenty of trouble here already.
Yes, this little congregation we've got going on
I'm
here.
talking about that. I'm talking about what's going on around you. You're so proud of your faith, and yet you haven't been able to do fuck all to change any of this.
What would you say to that?
Yes, I stumped the DM.
You
Open
did
the
actually.
chest a few more times.
Yeah, he did. I think.
And I'd say, like, you've never seen Hugle this confident around your parents. Like,
I think there is a moment
Hugle's
of...
even a bit surprised.
He walks back up to you, like close to you again, and he, like, you know what I mean? Like he realizes that you're not budging the way you used to budge, so he's putting it on you to see if he can get you to crack. And he goes, You have brought nothing but pain and death with you wherever your boot fell. And now, somehow, in your deluded little fucking sense of grandeur, you brought it back to our fucking doorstep.
Every single bit of pain that's ever come from any interaction between you and me has been brought on by you. I've never done anything against you. You can hate me, you can hate my queen, you can hate everything I believe in. But I fucking love your daughter. And I've done everything I ever could to do the best for your family. I've dealt with worse than you. I've been out there, I made my mistakes. And I understand how badly they've affected people. But the one person I'm not sorry to have hurt is you.
Make an insight check for me. With advantage.
Thank you. 16 plus 4, 20. Wait, hang on, insight. Plus 7. Oh, 23.
His face doesn't break. For all of you, you don't see a shift in it. But for you, being right up against him in this moment, you realize that there is a profound truth that you have said to him that he now has to come to accept, and you realize that there actually is, in the entire argument about, like, you know, the plague and all that sort of stuff, he realizes that it's not just you having this false sense of bravado because you've got your friends behind you. There's actually some sort of truth to it. And he stumbles a little bit. And he's just like, you'll get yours. You, home, now.
I grab his arm
talk.
and pull him down. I reach into the bag of holding. I put the letter back in his hand. You've got a chance to do what you should have done back then right now. And there's no hiding it.
I'm smiling because I'm so nervous.
And then I stand back and leave just a path between you and Dad.
I think in that moment he realizes the piece of paper, and then it becomes a very obvious sense of, oh fuck, I've been duped. Like someone beat me. And he looks at everyone here trying to put it together, and you watch as he kind of just like throws it back in your face, like to hit the ground and hit the soil, and it hits the deck.
I see you're repeating your same mistakes.
What I did back then was the right thing to do, and I stand by it. You want a conversation? You come see me at home. The rest of you, I want you out of this town by tomorrow.
Oh, as if you have the power to do that.
He casts thaumaturgy on himself and just bellows it out. I do have the power! And that'll be fucking enough out of you.
What do I have?
I thought we talked about this last time, Dad.
No. You're still young. You don't understand.
Younger and far more considerate for the
I
rest of the world.
I wasn't asking for
than
you, wasn't it?
Don't worry, he
Petulant
never gives
boy.
a shit about anyone else's opinion but his own.
I see that.
He's the most pious prick in this entire town.
You'll get yours, boy.
Oh, fucking bring it, old man.
Turns on a heel and marches his fat little ass out of there.
I'm just holding back spell.
Yeah, I wish I had like one of those things.
There's a
where
very
it's just
audible click, and everyone realizes that Zero's hands aren't on her guns, and it's Hugle breaking his thumb back.
There's definitely a moment where like Zero went to reach and then it was like,
Just to give everyone.
Oh, you have nothing
Yeah.
on
I was
you.
actually so tempted, and so like as Hugo legit to cast banishment and just send him somewhere else for a while.
oh,
Sit-
go on the holiday, old man. Time. Get him.
You've got a moment. He's walking
No,
on.
he's taking the higher ground.
Okay.
After the night before, when he almost went in there and fucking burned his house down, he's like,
There's still time.
There's still time.
as he walks away, Hugo will bend down and pick up the letter and say, I'm fairly certain that, look up to you, second. This has been sitting in your dad's house for the last 4 years. And look to you for like acknowledgement.
If it makes any difference, I don't think he had any intent of giving that to you. It was hidden away.
I'm honestly surprised he didn't burn it.
It was what you were meant to see.
He's a proud motherfucker. He would have been proud of keeping that secret. It's his trophy for getting rid of me.
And I'll have my own trophy soon enough.
And I
have a jar of ears.
I hand the letter to you. And you see what Zero saw in the last one, which is like handmade sort of paper with flowers pressed into it, mostly the galaxy style stuff, with Hugle's wooden wedding ring kind of wrapped up to hold together. This should have been yours a long time ago.
She runs her hand over the ring. I thought it'd be a bit of a different moment when I gave you these, and she'd reach into her pocket and pull out just 2 platinum wedding bands, and on them you see one of them is like mostly they're both engraved like the whole way around decoratively, and one of them is like majority flowers, like galaxy petunias with a few others in there, but they've got like little raven feathers sporadically throughout it, and then the other one is the inverse, it's majority raven feathers with a couple little flowers throughout it.
How dare you?
I want this ring!
I was gonna have them made as a wedding gift. They were still at the smith when you left. This one is yours. Do with it as you will once you leave the village, but for feck's sake, Swale Bloom, don't you dare go losing that one this time.
Straight on the wedding finger.
Wedding episode.
Yes!
Oh.
Let's fucking go!
Let's go.
We gotta keep wing teaming this. Itself, that wedding episode.
And then suddenly he's like, I can't believe I fucking said that to your dad.
Somebody fucking had to.
God, I wish I had said that a long time ago.
Oh, this would be a fun shot.
The 2 orc guards that were out in front of the one of them leads in and just goes, "Hey man, that was fucking awesome. You gave it to that prick."
That has been a long time coming.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck him.
Respectfully. He like waves to you like respectfully.
Not.
But the air calms down around. What do you guys want to do?
It was stated during being in the tent that we come back tomorrow, and that is when we sort out gathering armor, picking up bones, whatnot. So that leaves the rest of today for us to do as we please.
The bones thing was
Why? To go talk
That's
to the
a
room.
weird noise. I've never heard that one before. That one you've got to speak to the crone, which is probably more a today thing than anything. But yeah, you go there tomorrow to talk about how many bears you need, the armor, which rangers are going with you, the game plan about leaving the town. Yeah.
Well, then let's go fuck around with the crone.
You were looking for bones.
Yeah, I need something,
Okay, let's
something a little bit fancy.
go see her. She'll be home.
My brain went to Long John Silver from Treasure Planet. Bo. Can I say I have you, Mo?
So to give you a heads up on doing this is the augury stuff that I was looking for a lot.
Yes, so you can get yourself a set of those gilded bones. Yeah, absolutely.
Or something similar.
As everyone begins to walk out of the walk through the shanty town and kind of, because it's intermittently mixed with hot hollow.
Kind of playing with the room.
Can I get everyone to make inside checks for me, please?
Yeah.
Ooh, 26!
I wish it was cocked, but no, it's not.
Redemption
I
arc.
know that feeling, eh? 18.
I thought it was in that one, and I was all like, "You kidding me?"
You're back to jail with you.
13.
12.
I gotta say, I'm proud of Hugle. I didn't even know he was going to do that.
We'll get better. I can't do math. 16.
So anyone who got over a 13.
Well and
Good. So fuck you, specifically.
She looks like she needs to lie down.
As you guys are moving through, you can already tell that that little display has fucking spread out like a disease, man. It's already like walking past these
Oh, he's
people
in
are
a
just like,
gossipy town.
man,
Got his chest out.
like his shit don't stink.
This is something he should have done a long time ago.
Fuck yeah. Funky Town's definitely playing in the
Oh
background.
yeah, the hardcore version.
Strutting.
Let me just get to. It's making that weird buzzing noise that a phone makes. You know when a phone does something to a speaker?
Everyone, move your phone slightly away.
No, well, mine's right next to it. It has to be. I'll move it under. Let's do that.
Does that make any difference?
Yeet.
Oh, well, it's not doing it anymore. It was just doing it like weirdly. For me.
We're specifically going for the Shrek aesthetic.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
There's no other thing.
Okay. So you're moving through the small like little shanty town underneath the big wooden posts that have the hanging rope lanterns, and this temporary home that these tribesfolk have made in their moment of like in their greatest moment of loss. Your home has, your two homes specifically, has welcomed them and given them sanctuary and safety, and you can see they're making the most of what they have with this small bit of sanctuary they have. And it brings a small bit of joy to your heart that I think it brings a small bit of joy to Hugle's heart knowing that well, bar one, your people were so ready to accept them with open arms, and I think it would be like a new sense of like communal pride. Or as your dad would say, it was just the right thing to do. You all continue seeing the mixture of orcs, Goliaths, some humanoids, dwarves that have abandoned the life of cities and trade and opted to live off the land. You know, some warriors with like their long, dirty suits of armor. Crossbows, a mismatch amongst the more plentiful feathers and hides and then leathers of the tribesfolk. You turn around a few of the tents and you see this tent of like deep blue fabric. Ropes pulling it taut and holding the fabric aloft its frame. The draped fabric doors are slightly open. And as you kind of bend all the corner, there's a bit of a light breeze that like kind of just brushes past you, and one of those feathers off your cowl and just sails ever so gently into the door. Then I turn it over to you.
A small smile comes over Hugh's face and rubs the necklace. Follows his way in and sort of slowly bends down and picks up the feather. Plucks it back into his thing and looks around.
As you go to kneel down to pick the feather up, at first glance you don't see anything that kind of stands out in your immediate periphery, but then just all of a sudden, like just on the outer edges of your vision, there's just this shadow, and all of a sudden like you're just beset by this. She's a Goliath woman, and let's call it for what it is, she is so fucking old, man. Like she shouldn't be alive, but she is. She wears like the antler kind of headpiece with like a bunch of like the beads and the skulls and stuff. Her long black hair, Goliath would normally have long black hair, is like now like silver grey. Her eyes are completely milky, like there's no color anymore. Like she's blind, but let's call it for what it is. But even then, she's looking at you specifically. So it's not even like where, you know, some people that are of sight kind of like move their heads a lot to hear what's around them. She's like looking at you, but you know that she can't really see anything. And she goes, "Don't just stand there in the door. Come in and sit down. A lot to talk about, you and I, boy."
When I look around the room, seeing as specifically my cowl feather led me in there more specifically, you know. Do I see any iconography from Nation of Ravens?
The Queen of Corvus? Heaps, man. Heaps.
There's an obvious look on Hugh's face of this like happiness of like, yeah, I feel this place kind of, you know.
Sick. At this moment, you are past the precipice of the door, and all of you outside realize when Hugle steps into the tent, it's almost like a darkness enshrouds him, and he's just a little bit harder to see in the door frame. Now, I'm going to put it to the party to make this informed decision themselves because it affects what happens. Does anyone follow him in there, or do you let him go and kill himself?
Zero specifically is getting the vibe that this place is like Hugle's kind of vibe. So she's gonna hang back outside because that shit's creepy.
The door ate him. Yeah, I feel that. Okay.
I think because she has a drive tea to give to her, but she's like, I'm gonna come back after this interaction because I feel like this needs to happen. And then she goes and sits down on the grass and just puts her head in her hands and just waits.
Okay.
Yeah, probably let Hugle do his thing, but just stand by.
Okay. Yeah, Abby. Freeloader?
Wait, is Voyage hanging outside?
Hanging back with everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah. Specifically, he's dropped a seat next to Petunia. He's just all like, stop looking so sad. You just proposed to someone again.
I don't think that's what happened.
I mean, there was an exchange of rings.
I was returning something to her.
Look like a proposal to me.
What kind of proposals do you have in the city?
You don't want to know about my proposals,
And
darling.
we've got weird ones from my country.
You hear the wanderer, he's like, oh, I'm offended.
I am not a good standard, not a good example.
I'll come back to that later. You take another step into the tent, and the sound of the outside world around you softly fades into the background. And for this moment, I'm going to have you, and you go out there
Say less.
for a moment.
How could...
This is our first one of these on this.
I know, on this stream. Okay,
Alright.
let me just change. Here we
Hugle
go.
will take his, like, the big step further in, even with the sound going. Hello, sister.
Come here, boy. Let me have a look at you. And she steps back and sits upon. So this room is it's filled with soft blankets.
Up here for now.
Yeah, for sure. It's filled with soft blankets of pelts and pillows of feathers. A small table sits in the middle where there seems to be a multitude of incense burning, and a small teapot with a fresh cup of tea already poured on the opposing side of where the crone begins to move and sit, almost like it was made specifically for you. And you see, yeah, so this old Goliath woman, humans would assume her to be into her 90s, her wrinkled skin still bearing the now faded black tribal tattoos. Her hair is almost that reflective silver, with all the raven's feathers and skulls on her headpiece. And her eyes, long denying her the ability to see, yet she looks at you all the same. And she looks at you as she sits down on one side of the table and waits for you to take a seat.
I approach and take the seat.
You have been beset by terrible pain, haven't you?
I'm sure no more than the rest of you.
Her sightless eyes look straight ahead, but her head tilts as she listens to you, like kind of like shuffle yourself and like adjust on the seat. Now, I don't think we've had the pleasure of meeting yet. What is your name?
My name is Swale. Swale Bloom.
She smiles softly, you know, her wrinkles creasing her face, but it shows this. It's like this powerful beauty, which is shown with like in her age and her wisdom, like that kind of view. And she moves her hands, slightly feeling and eventually finding the table in front of you both, and she goes, a beautiful name for a beautiful soul. This life has not been kind to you, has it?
You know as well as I the faith we follow. We've experienced it from everyone. Loss comes. Sometimes sooner and harder than we're ready for.
I do not think that true words have ever been spoken by someone so young. You are very wise. There's a tense moment. Just both of your breaths can be heard inside this tent. Beyond the cloth-draped door, sound so it seems to just silence itself. The room begins to feel a little bit lighter around you as you feel yourself relax a bit more with these non-intrusive noises of the village distracting you. And eventually you catch yourself slipping a little bit and you look back up to the crone, and her wrinkled smile, now half as wide as she stares at you with an almost saddened smile. Only this time her eyes are not the milky white they were a moment ago, but they glow with a powerful, reflective black. And this, it's that preemptive echo that follows before the actual voice sounds as her mouth moves. Oh, my son. Look how far you've come. She opens her hands as if extending an invitation to you.
Now, do I get the vibe that this is now my queen?
I would think so. Yeah.
A look of awe and almost a pride that he's able to communicate with them again. Like that, there's been this another interaction as he puts his hands out. My queen.
Her skin is cold. Cold to the... It's cold. It's too cold for a Goliath woman who you know to be very much alive. Comes with the territory. And she smiles. Many nights I have spent trying to guide you, and now you are here. Tell me, what do you make of the unfortunate circumstance that's befallen these tribespeople?
On the surface level? Death. From what we know, there's something much greater at play here.
Their plight is a woeful one. One that we must see ended. Balance must be restored, as is the way. And she waits for you to...
I'm here to do your bidding. But I have to... even more so... keep this place safe. Tell me what we must do.
Excuse me. Oh, my son. I know not the best way to tell you, but the rot which befalls this dragon that you and your friend Voyage seek, it is not undeath. It's something else. And she looks out with her black and reflective eyes around the tent. This corruption, it is everywhere. It seeps into the soil from the water. The animals drink of it, and then they die. Their corpses feed larger predators, which in turn also die for the smaller insects to feast, from which the cycle begins again. The imbalance of corruption in this world, make no mistake, has reanimated the dead into the twisted creatures you seek to destroy. But the task ahead for you and your friend Voyage, it is a different kind of evil. But that is one of many hurdles. You have an entity within you. It weighs you down, but you do not choose to relieve yourself of it.
An entity?
Grief, Swale. Grief to mourn the loss of a loved one. It attaches itself to your very soul, and it will not let go. You find your hands get squeezed. You find it hard to escape from because you know deep down that you have not truly faced it. Your grief, your pain, your sadness are all valid emotions. But you've hurt more than you've healed. If you ever want to truly be free of the weight of guilt-ridden grief, you must turn to face it and own it. Do you understand?
I think I do.
Good. You are always a smart boy. And she leans in and gives you a kiss on the cheek. And she leans back and she smiles and she says, "Goodbye, Swale." As the black eyes begin to flutter back to white, the last thing you hear is, "I'll always be watching for you."
Take care of her.
Always. The crone's eyes shimmer back to the milky white. Well, I think that is us now, my love. No. Off you go. Don't leave them waiting.
I have one favor to ask of you.
I will do my best that an old woman can provide. What do you need?
Firstly, thank you for that.
Don't thank me. She's been knocking on my door for a while. We just had to wait for the last piece of the puzzle.
I know it's not to the same extent of what we just managed then, but I know I have the capability to commune with her a little bit more on my own, but I'm missing a few important ingredients.
What do you need?
I need some gilded bones or jeweled sticks.
I
think
see.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yes. And she walks around. Is that the camera?
That one can stay dead.
And she moves her head like to look around, even though she can't really see anything. And in a moment she goes, "Of course." And she reaches under her cowl and unhooks a necklace. And it's these weird, they're like raven bones, but they're all encrusted with like bits of platinum and gold flecks, like real precious metals. And she reaches a shaky hand out, like waiting for you to guide your own hand in so she can give it. And she very slowly drops them into your hand, closes your hand over these gilded bones, and goes, "I think more use of them for you instead of me. You take care of these."
He grips them more and sort of takes them back and pockets them for a second and pulls out a handful of coins. He's like, "I know we don't trade in gold in these areas, but nomadic people such as yourself might come into use with this from time to time," and puts 25 gold on the...
She laughs as she like runs her hand over the gold pieces, because obviously they've got like the imprinting of like the Uneran government on them. And she goes, "You are very sweet. I have no need for such things. The tribe provides for me, and I provide for them. But where you're going, I think you might need this more as well." And she'll hand them back to you.
Thank you. From the deepest parts of my soul, thank you.
Don't worry about it. Now, off you go. Your friends are waiting. I might be blind, but I see everything.
Call on me if you ever need help.
Okay.
And you just smile and nod and make his way out.
Alrighty, do you want to grab the rest of the table? Swaggle, Hugle, Hail, whatever you want to be called. Hugle. You
So-
exit.
But,
Yep.
you know how I was asking about a way that I would get my new abilities?
I literally was just getting to that right then.
Yeah.
As you walk out, you can now use your Fey touched abilities and feats as part of that interaction.
And I'm going to say so I gained just from my level up.
Oh yeah, we leveled up. Sorry.
Yeah, at the end of the last one we leveled up. From that I gained potent spellcasting. So from now on I'm going to use like that. I'm going to say that interaction.
There you go.
Pump me up a little.
Easy done.
Nice one, Gary.
Cheers, Crone.
Cheers, Crow.
You walk out, and your compatriots are all there. Voyage sitting next to Petunia on the grass. Zeph and Zero kind of posted up in Overwatch. And eventually, you guys see Hugle as he leaves the front of the tent. There's just a little bit of tendrils of black magic that let him go as he walks out.
Well,
Doesn't say a word.
Did you get what you needed?
Holds up these like beautifully gold and platinum encrusted raven bones on a little leather chain. This'll do the trick.
Sick.
those would sell for so much back home.
The bagman has them now. You gotta fight the bagman if you want them.
No, I'd say Hugle probably wraps them around his wrist and like probably uses, instead of the full thing of the necklace, kind of puts it around but then uses the leather to strap them sort of
Like a bracelet, yeah.
flat against him.
Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely can do that. Now, I think at the mention of the bagman, Zero, you hear the wonder in the back of your head, like, poser. What's that bitch know about being long? Fuck you.
It's all right. Don't get your nose out of joint. You're the longest person I know.
She's talking to herself again.
You hear the audible thing of a suit jacket being pulled, like, damn straight.
You're so long, honey.
Is she talking to a dead husband?
Should we do a heckin' concern?
A heckin' concern.
It's just like a wee, comes back to reality.
You're right there.
Why wouldn't I be?
Who are you talking to?
So these bombs that you got right, what are they? What are they going to do for you?
They'll help me get a little bit more guidance from my god when we're walking certain paths. We could use all the help we could get.
I'm definitely not going to dispute that.
I'll look over the Voyage. I've got some information for you too. I might talk to you later.
And we're just gonna skip over that Zero was talking to herself?
She doesn't seem to want to talk about it.
You can weasel it out of her later. When we're not around, right? Yeah. We'll set up a mud pit. You can battle to the death to get the information.
There's probably a mud pit over by the
Great plan, let's
the
go.
farming areas. There's plenty of.
There's a hole in the front of the apothecary where Pat made a big hole.
I'll summon some water. We can.
Mud pile.
With that, is there anything else that we're doing?
Not from me.
Because I'm set until tomorrow. I've got the date, time, set.
Sundial.
Yep. Armoured dog. It's gonna be great.
Oh, I really don't mean to be a pain. I know this is such a trivial thing, but I am going to venture forth and get a hat. Is there any way you would recommend?
Yeah, I can take you around to some places.
Oh, that'd be
Clothes
lovely,
shopping.
thank you.
Did you want to do the, blacksmith?
Not yet. I'll do that tomorrow when covering, because it'll be with the orcs and the bears.
But if you put an inquiry in now, it might be ready for tomorrow.
Only if it's not a pain in the butt. But also clothes shopping. We
Yeah.
got to make sure we get a hat that fits Zero.
Well, we got a clothes shop for dog and Zero, and we can do it.
Exactly. Shopping
Today.
montage episode ensue.
Everyone wears clothes that do not fit them.
There's a Westfield in the middle.
Don't do this to me.
There's a Westfield in the
No, there's
middle of Potts Hollow.
You want to get deleted?
Believe this? I have a gift card for them.
Wow! How
Do
are we
you
gonna
all want to
make
get
the market?
deleted?
I got it last Christmas because my kids never know what to get me. I accept.
Look, the bone dice.
Yeah. I just want to.
They make such a good sound.
Am I thinking about just giving you 15 points of psychic damage for being a prick? Oh, excuse me.
Dark
He got
Violet.
the psychic.
It's literally the origin
It hurt
story
itself
for
in
where
its
Garden
confusion.
City came from.
Literally Garden City. Okay.
Wow.
So what do you all want to do? You have no immediate rush to actually have to do anything until tomorrow. I'm basically just turning it over so you guys have complete free reign about what you want to do. You would probably have some opportunity, you would probably have some dramas you need to take care of at some point in the next 5 hours.
Yeah.
But it really depends on if you want to do that. It's entirely up to you. I'm turning it over to you guys.
Let's get you a hat.
Clothes shopping.
Whenever we reach a stop point, I want to pull out that goo from the trees that we got.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we know it was from the Woods Witch stuff. I'm going to use one of my new abilities.
Yeah.
Inspection. To try and find out more about that, and is that something from a greater amount, or was it just something that was like, you know, can I find out any more about that circumstance, why that she was the way she was?
So what's the verbiage of inspection specifically? What is
Identify,
the
sorry,
language?
not inspection.
The language.
You choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magically imbued object, you learn the properties and how to use them. Whether it requires attunement, how to use... Basically, you get the stat sheet on anything that's magic or magic imbued.
When you what's inspection look like when Hugle opens his mind?
So say he holds the item, and the purple magic of his sort of general thing just sort of glows out of his eyes. Not the dark purple it's going, but like his eyes kind of sheen over with it, with a bit of a glow of purple. And there's probably a little aura around his whole head, like he's connecting to some
Like a frequency.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like the arcanic histories and
My brain went to the Bohemian Rhapsody video clip where there's like 4 heads above each other. That's where my brain went, but sorry. And you expand your mind and attempt to reach out and figure out what this substance is. And what you would get is it is magical by nature, but it's magical by nature but it's old. Like, I don't think there are many people in this iteration of Miros that would actually know the concept of like tar pits, like, you know, things that came from like ages long before. But you would get the feeling it's like it's magical by nature, meaning it wasn't made, it just simply came into existence that way. But it's old magic. It's like old primal magic, like fucking ages long past old. And the more time you spend on it trying to understand it, all of a sudden it starts to make sense. A druid, most druids will sometimes, if they're not part of like communities, you know, like Petunia or even your sister, they go on self-professed pilgrimages to defend sacred groves or sites that they consider holy. But the issue is, they can only withstand the ability of magic in a mechanical sense if they're leveled appropriately to do so. This druid must have been not strong enough or way too young to understand the magics that she was toying with when she had miraculously uncovered one of these pits of like just this ancient poison, and it just ate her away and it corrupted her and it turned her into something. It basically took the delusion of protection that she had in her brain and amplified it tenfold. It's not a vindictive nature, it was just an unfortunate circumstance of the world that you live in. That's not to say it can't happen again, So you might have to possibly look at trying to
The thing
seal those
caused
in.
her to be the issue, not she brought it forth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it wasn't anyone's fault. She just wasn't ready for it. That's all it was. So what happens when you give young people too much power? You know what I mean?
Cool.
Your eyes fade back in.
What's that something? That's gonna be handy. I will actually also then give you the sample, seeing you work with the apothecary. This was found a little bit outside of where we ran into you. It seems similar to what was spewing from the ground, but this is old magic.
How old are we talking?
Would I say primordial level old?
It could be. It's old.
As old as any of the trees in this forest, and probably older than that.
Alright.
It's corruptive, so be very careful, but
We'll keep it in its jar.
if anywhere is going to be able to figure someone out with this, it would be an apothecary.
Oh, Siobhan, she's pretty quick with all this.
Just be careful.
Do my best.
They had a conversation without scowling at each other.
It's like that closing scene in like fucking
You can do it.
oh, it just Neon
Neon Genesis
yeah,
Evangelion.
they're all like clapping at it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Imagine closing out your anime like that because you ran out of money.
Oh,
That's why they did it.
and see.
And you know what? The rebuilds weren't that much better either. But anyway,
Back to shopping.
so we're on a mission to get Mum a hat, I've been told. So you take 0 to 1 of the locals, and we're gonna say
Take her to the most flamboyant place that currently runs.
Oh yeah.
Anywhere can be flamboyant if you put enough flowers in it.
Oh, I'll be adding flowers.
you take it to one of the local seamstresses. Her name's Isabella, and Isabella is very, very savvy with clothing crafting. You know what I mean? She often gets tasked with making special clothes for parties. She does all the newborns. You know, she's the gal. You know what I mean? She's the gal for that sort of shit. But her her burrow is the front door is very small. You know, it's like not a huge hill, but fuck me, the flower garden is atrociously overgrown. Like there's so much flowers that there's now no footpath. So you've just kind of got to guesstimate by where
The
there's.
scenery outside is beautiful.
You got to determine where the pathway is by looking where the flowers have been pressed to the sides to do so. But
Like animal paths.
yeah, kind of, yeah, or her. But you find yourself in the courtyard before her little burrow. So I turn it over to you.
No.
Then door opens. Oh, hello, Petunia. What are you doing around here?
I'm looking to get a hat made for one of my friends, or if you have any in big enough size.
I could jimmy something together, surely.
Wonderful.
For you, I'm assuming.
If possible, my head's not too fat, is it?
No, darling, I can make anything work. It depends on what you want, though. Would you like to step inside?
Oh, sure.
Didn't say your head wasn't too fast.
Okay.
Just looks back like,
Does everyone else follow, or are you guys just going to hang out? What's going
I'll
on?
follow him.
Okay.
Going?
yeah.
Everyone's following. You are met with the very, very heavy smell of flowers and incense all mixed together. So you kind of almost feel like you're having a seizure when you walk in. But there's a multitude, like there's a big desk in one of the 4 drawing rooms that has all like there's sewing needles and all that sort of stuff laid out. There's mannequins, obviously some of the boys at the mill have made, and they're very obvious. Halfling child, adult halfling, dwarf, human, and then there's a half assembled mannequin of what would be Goliaths and orcs, where she's putting it together. She goes, "Don't mind the shop, it's a little bit of a mess, but what are you looking for specifically?"
Wide brim hat. I'm My skin is basically translucent. I burn very easily. So, I mean, I don't want to look like I'm going down to a fan service, anime episode where we all go to the beach kind of wide brim hat, but, I would like something that's got a bit of mileage on it.
You want the fashionista white hat, not the beach white hat.
That is the one.
I thought so. Okay. I can do that.
I don't... kind of want it to look a bit edgy, like cool mom kind of vibe. Cool, slick, dangerous wife vibes.
Well, the color black always looks slick. Maybe we could put like a nice little band across the round, a bit of color, a bit of pizzazz.
No color.
No color?
No color.
What are you thinking then? How do you...
Just black.
Just black.
Just black.
Okay. I can do that.
If you've got like a couple I can sample, I'll gladly...
You find she pulls, again, they are smaller because they're the halfling ones, but it's very much what they would call a like my black one, it's a boater. So a nice little circular cup that's on, and the brim's about fucking yay. Like very Alucard Van Helsing, like Helsing style, big broad brim hat. And she goes, now if you want, you can go wider, you can go shorter, you can have something a little bit more neat, a little bit deeper on the buckets, but I think trying to encapsulate all of that lovely complexion of yours, where you might want to go a little bit wider, and maybe we can do you like a bit of a deep black, and maybe even a band around the center which is black but a little bit shiny to try and give it a little bit of pizzazz.
Yeah, I think she'll like try like a couple of sets, and I know that like, I mean, I dare say it wouldn't be like too much of a staunch fit, because halflings kind of have, like in terms of headwise proportions, they're actually not that much smaller from...
Not that much, but enough to notice.
Yeah. But
she's
like,
a seamstress, she can do what she wants here.
I kind of like envisage her trying like maybe a couple on, like getting like, sample brim sizes, and then like I just imagine her like kind of like looking in the mirror, and she like puts one on that looks so similar to the Wanderer's hat.
Hell
and
yeah.
she's like looking at it, and she's all like, and she just like immediately like looks to her in the reflection of the mirror, and she goes, I want this one.
Yes, you do. Good choice.
Stop it. You get me in trouble. Boing.
No! No! It instantly made me think the Wanderer had a boner.
Same.
No!
You just whacked the rod.
Go back to horny jail, you bitch.
I didn't even finish my mouthful. I had to hold it in.
God damn. If the Wanderer was the president, he'd be Abraham Lincoln. Showing. Okay, but I'll allow you to describe what it looks like to everyone else if there's any little filigree or anything you want to add to it, but you walk out with a smoking boater black raw brim hat.
Oh, not finished. I have one last request to make.
Lay on it.
Do you... I'm assuming you probably won't have anything in at the moment, but I've been traveling around a lot and there's a lot of gaps in my armor. My clothes are getting quite tattered. I just need something that is black, it is form-fitting, I can move around in it, and I want it to cover from my palms, high neck, all the way down. Just full bodysuit.
Stand on the turntable. And she goes and gets her measuring tape properly, and she will take all your measurements. It takes about 20 minutes to do so, make sure she gets everything. And she goes, how soon do you need this by? Because I can probably get to work and do it.
As soon as you possibly can, without putting a big stress on you. I don't want to be rude by coming in and going, I want this now, But as soon as possible would be very much appreciated.
Hugle's looking at Becca. She has a lot of money.
You said money meant nothing. I do have lots of money.
Money means less here. With the amount you've got.
Hey, that seems more accurate. Money doesn't mean as much here, but it is handy to have when we have to go deal with other people. Tell you what. You know what? Let's look. Now, is this just because Zero wanted a makeover, or are you actually changing armors due to your level and all that sort of stuff? What's happening here?
Well, it's, a makeover of, what's the word?
I need to know if it's mechanical or aesthetic.
It's aesthetic, but it's because she's going to be out and about in the sun now, and she wants to be covered from head to toe.
Of course. So we'll say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat that as a pair of fine clothes, which are, in this, it's garments to show that you look wealthy and stuff, but it's because it's meant to be very tactical. Yeah. It'll cost you 15 gold pieces to get a set of those made.
Oh, and I'm probably taking some liberties here, but she's gonna point over to some black sort of loose fabric. And can you make me kind of a shawl, almost a poncho out of that? And she's gonna point to this thick black fabric.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. We need ponchos for winter. I'll just put that in. That's easy.
No, I can pay for it. I've got lots of money.
Just give her a hefty tip. Hide it in her store somewhere.
Hefty tip? Oh, okay. Error 404, hands over 30 gold.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
I told you. He was trying on flat cap hats in the back there.
This will do nicely. I can probably get that to you by end of day tomorrow.
Perfect.
Excellent. Well, off you go. I'll get started then.
I'll take this too. And he's got one of those Peaky Blinder hats on.
You can just pay 5 gold.
Yeah.
Absolutely, a flat cap. Do you put a razor blade in it too? You fucking weirdo.
Oh yeah.
Zero will grab that. She'll smack his hand.
Breaks his fingers.
Yeah. All right, I've removed the 5 gold for that one.
Okay, you get your flat cap.
I'll put it on when we have a break. I actually have 4 of them.
Good man. Okay, and you leave Isabella's house.
Well, does anyone else want anything?
I'm all set for now. If
You
you're
don't let
offering,
me spoil you anymore.
You can pay for dog's armor.
Sure, fine, whatever.
I love shopping with Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
What else do you guys want to do as you head into the afternoon?
Heading to book in with the smith.
Booking with the smith for the armor?
Yeah, but I'm also actually going to follow up on armor for Voyage as well. Because this whole time I've been gallivanting around here in what I said... Armor of Gleaming Scale Mail. So this whole time I've had disadvantage on stealth, so I couldn't participate in any of this horse shit, and I want to participate. So, in addition to sorting something for dog, I'm sorting something for myself.
Okay. You go into, and you're looking to book in with the tribe smithy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So when you walk in, the smithy thing there is just a very haphazard gazebo, built with wooden pins, because they can't have a kiln and stuff running inside a tent. I'll burn the fucking thing down. That's stupid. Why'd you do that? And it's just this fucking... his belly is one thing, right? This Goliath blacksmith, his belly is one thing, but it's all... what's the term where it's it's all even? There's a term for it, but how big his belly is not even anything considered how fucking big his arms are. He's just a fucking mountain. No hair.
We're talking teacher's husband from
Full Metal Alchemist. Yes, exactly. But it's 7.5 feet tall.
Yep.
And he's just got big calloused hands, no hair, but a big black beard. Heaps of fucking tribal... his grey skin almost doesn't exist anymore underneath his black tribal tattoos over his face. There it is. And they reach down over his arm. And he's just hammering at this huge bit of steel, just clang, clang. Looks up. Evening. Just drops the hammer on the ground. What can I do for you, little man?
looking into getting our hands on some armor for me and him.
Oh, look at you. I've never seen one of you. Fucking hell, that's an ugly horse. Anyway.
He's friendly.
Yeah, he looks it. He's like really angled eyebrows.
Still growing though, so needs to be adjustable.
Oh yeah, we get that all the time. So, what do you need though is making armor for an animal's pretty simple. They don't have to worry about being quiet and shit.
I need something quiet.
Alright. What's your armor class now, Voyage?
Give me 2 seconds. Went too far.
We went too far!
16.
16. Okay. I'm just looking through the armors. They don't have all the armors, and we don't have all the armors
I've
in
pulled
this
them
shop.
up.
What one were you looking at?
I was not sure how much you'd be willing to essentially barter with me on this one.
It depends on if you ask for something, like, if you're going to ask for anything that's mithril, they're not going to have it.
Adamantine?
Adamantine. Say, remind me, what's rarer, adamantine or mithril?
Mithril. No,
Ooh.
they're the same.
Yeah, I'd say they're both beyond similar.
Yeah, they're both considered rare items.
What I'm going to do...
I think, or uncommon. I can't remember what colour green.
It's uncommon, I think, because
Yeah.
rare is blue. I think very rare is purple, legendary is orange.
There.
What's your dexterity modifier, Voyage?
Potatoes. Give me 2 seconds.
Potatoes, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
4. Fuck.
4. And what's your AC now?
16. Essentially, I'm looking for something with a little bit of a buff to what I've got at the moment without the dex neg. Not the dex, the stealth neg.
Alright, any armor that gets you well over that line is going to impose disadvantage. Except, I believe, adamantine and mithril are the only two that don't.
Depends on what you get. So I'm just looking at it now. So if you were to go medium armor, you wouldn't get disadvantage. So
Yeah.
you can get adamantine or mithril or serpent scale in those.
Because what I've got at the moment is medium armor that's specifically at scale mail. That's why I get the disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if I go down the line of adamantine breastplate, I don't get that.
And the breastplate gets you up to AC...
I'm class 14 on here.
Why do you get disadvantage with?
Scale mail.
Scale mail.
Because it goes ting tang.
Yeah.
Walla balla bing bang.
I thought you were only heavy.
Ting tang walla walla bing bang.
Across the board, scale mail. Don't think chainmail does.
Chainmail doesn't, but it's AC of 14 plus your dexterity modifier to a maximum of 2.
Oh, so back to 16.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, armor's
How does
tricky.
armor work? So if the armor class of what I'm wearing is a 14, do I add a certain modifier to
Only
it?
certain armors get it. You see, it's annoying because they don't say it on D&D Beyond, but they're in the DMG. But thankfully, because of Seb's little thing here, so as the ones that do get the modifier is studded leather, scale mail, padded, hide, leather, breastplate, chain shirt, and half plate.
I'd be going for the breastplate.
Going for the breastplate. So the breastplate is going to be, it's an armor class of 14 plus your dex modifier maximum of 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to get you back, it'll be back to 16, but it'll stop you from having disadvantage on that. So if you want to do, pardon me, if you want to do that, a normal breastplate, so not the rare metals, is 400 gold pieces.
Right. Can I barter?
Sure, go for it.
Would you be willing to trade the armor I'm currently so gracefully showing off? This is armor of gleaming, by the way, which never gets dirty, so it's still technically in pristine condition.
Ooh, that's pretty good, but I'm going to put it up to a roll of the dice. So you can do persuasion with advantage.
Yeah, right.
you already know that Solace made sure that his heeled boots were also like plate of gleaming,
Well, fuck yeah.
so they never get dirty.
Persuasion, you said?
Persuasion.
With advantage.
Here's the power of youth.
Yay.
Does anyone want to give him a bless or something or a guidance?
17.
Are we there?
If
Yeah, you're all
guys are
together.
Yeah,
there.
you get a bless.
How does that
Guidance.
work?
Add D4.
Plus a d4.
He's blessed D4 to ability checks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not blessed, guidance.
Guidance,
Blessed
yeah.
is a concentration. It technically does the same thing.
Can you pass the shop? I don't know the quick look at those armors. This is the way to do it, right? So now it's like I'm wandering around looking.
Hey!
So that's a 21.
Yeah.
21.
21. He'll go, yeah, sure, I'll take your shot in the armor. I think that's a fair deal. I can sell it to some fucking schmuck for triple that.
To knock it off the cost.
To knock off the cost of the breastplate. He goes, tell you what, I'll do it for half. 200.
200. And that's for just a standard? Not the adamantine one?
Not the adamantine one. No.
Right.
Money, honey.
Yes, please.
No.
Zero just walks off.
Let me suck then.
Sucks to suck, loser.
How much for special fancy armor?
I think if you were to give the armor of gleaming to get the adamantine variant, it'd be 400, because I know adamantine's way more expensive. So it'd be, if you gave him the armor of gleaming, but you wanted to get the adamantine plate, because Mithril's the rarest.
I slogged my ass off this morning building you homes.
You can make a persuasion or intimidation check.
Fuck. Charisma is my dump stat.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna.
You know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? Just ever so faintly, in the whisper of your ear, way before you roll, you hear it, and he goes, "Oh, come on, you can do better than that." And your husband's gonna give you advantage.
Oh! I love my husband! Actually, I'm not risking you. Come on. It's 2 5s.
Really? Do you have inspiration?
No.
Can
No?
I give up my inspiration? Because
Sure.
this is something for me.
Sure.
I'm blessed.
So roll both again.
Oh my god. Don't fuck on me, don't fuck on me, don't fuck on me, don't fuck on me. Oh! Natural 20!
There you
Yes!
There you
Thank you.
Remind me, what was the roll for again? To try and
Persuasion.
get persuasion.
I'm not trying to be like an asshole about it, but it's like an awkward barter kind of thing, like, you know, like, you scratched my back, I already scratched yours, and I'm also keeping it dry. You know how many roofs I put up this morning?
Oh yeah, I think I did see you walking around there.
And you'll be pleased to know, you know that oak asshole? I farted on his pillow this morning. That motherfucker's going to have pink eye before he knows it.
Yeah, nice.
Oh my god!
Alright, tell you what. 300.
Deal.
Okay, there you go. Alright, here you go, fucko. And just throws the halfway to you.
With the neg one strength, he just goes down.
Making death save.
I'm looking around as well. Is there just stuff that's halfling size?
Oh, no, but he could make it.
Yeah. So he was gonna walk up and sort of point out, like, so the chain shirt back there, you reckon you could make one in my size?
Yeah?
How much for that?
I keep putting the fucking book down.
50 gold in that.
Yeah, 50 here. Oh, 50. Tell you what, it'll be nice, you can do it for 30. Because I like the lady.
Consider it done. Hands over 30 gold.
Hell yeah, good day for me.
Zero literally like appears behind like Voyage, and like the taloned hand comes over the shoulder and she leans in. You better marry my fucking son.
Oh yeah,
The
also.
one was coming out.
When Zero's hands touch your shoulder, her fingers are way longer than they should be.
It doing that, and because it's a direct contact with Voyage specifically, Does that trigger the face sense?
Ooh.
Yes. Yes, it does.
I'd say you're getting a lot of that in Pot's Hollow in general.
Yeah, you're on a constant buzz.
Specifically, this is the favored enemy situation.
Yeah.
Oh. You can see the visceral ick on his face when you first do that. And then he looks and he realizes, no, it's just you. And he's all like, oh.
She absolutely takes that ick moment as an ick to marrying her son. And like her long bony fingers like kind of like start to dig into the shoulder a bit. What the fuck does that look for? You don't like my son, do you?
I didn't know you were Fae.
She immediately lets go and turns around and will just start perusing other things in the tent.
Ooh,
He's shooketh. He's all like,
Would we have ever heard this?
oh yeah, you're all in there, dude. There's no hiding that at all.
Australia, usually. There's a lot of fake presence around here.
nah, no. And that's the first time you've gotten like one of those really firm, like, nah, not good, ick, disgusting, don't want to discuss it anymore, I'm out.
Voyage walks out.
It's like anime tears on Zero's face hearing that from her son-in-law, like off in the corner, like.
The nosebleed.
He said they're disgusting.
And I think in the back of your mind you just hear a,
I'll also
well,
put
he
out
doesn't know
there,
how to have fun.
If you can just sense Fae in general, when I came out of that room before, you'd notice a lot more of that vibe coming off me. Not in the same, like, but you would have picked that up specifically.
But at this point in time, I've kind of chalked up any strange shit
Oh.
that happens to you as just part of your religion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a clean note about something though, because in my opinion, everyone knows that like you guys all know that Zeph's a changeling, and I think there'd be a vague understanding that like changeling are technically like Fae or some Fae adjacent. You realise that Zero touching you sets off your Fae sense like mental, but nothing happens when you're around Zeph.
Yeah, because Zeph's normal.
Okay then.
As far as he's aware, Zeph's normal.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys would like to take care of?
There is one thing I just wanted to note in addition. While trekking through this area, and this isn't because of Skye's comment just before, this is something I wanted to follow up on before, but now it lines up a little bit. He's looking for like trinket equivalent, souvenir shop-esque items that he's just picking up on the journey on his way to drop back later. From, yeah, this is what I got on the adventure.
I think you definitely
This
find...
is where I took your mum, and they're all just a collection of gift cards.
surely you could find some market cart kind of stuff. Probably more Pot's Hollow than the orc tribes folk. But you could definitely buy some like little hand wooden carved like little burrs. Like that, like one of the little orc woodsman is made, and he's just on. No, got that bird there. So southern that like the mouth doesn't move.
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn, tell you what.
You got that chewing tobacco going on.
Yeah. Okay, Sean. But yeah, you can get like a little wooden. I'll say it costs you like 10 copper pieces. It's just a little piece of timber, and you can get some like nice little flower necklaces, like kind of like little pendant things from one of the Pot's Hollow shops.
And it's just consistently, every time they kind of stop in a town, he finds a new trinket.
Sure.
Like, on the beach, he picked up a shell. It kind of looked pretty.
A puka shell.
Yeah.
Make a little. You can make a little if you want to make a little itemized diary of just like little things you pick up that you can hand over to him after. I'm more than happy for that. That's fine. But you're able to do that. You get in the order for your armor, so that he says that'll be ready to pick up in the morning because he'll probably work through the night to do it. You can pick up your clothes at the afternoon tomorrow. Yours morning. Is there anything else maybe like from Petunia, from Zeph, that they wanted to do before it's like afternoon go home time?
Not really, no.
Not really?
Zeph's just following around.
You kind of like walk around like your hands in your pockets, like kicking the soil, and Patria like kind of headbutts you like.
Yeah. Just petting my boy, feeding him some more.
Pull out one of those fish that I had in my bag. Throw it to him. Take out another one for dog, because he's like jealous.
You hurl the fish at him, and the first one just goes.
You're meant to eat it.
What did you do to dog?
I don't know.
Fed him one first.
What did he do to you?
Maybe he doesn't like seafood.
I'm just having a moment.
Stop being a fucking drama queen. Free food.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm sorry I forgot to give you bacon for breakfast. That's not his fault though.
No, I'll never forgive your father.
Father help!
Father help! Well, in going into the afternoon, where is our party going to return to?
I assume we're heading back to Petunia's place.
I also assume.
Yeah.
Wait
Okay.
a second.
When we return though.
We need to like drop Petunia off.
Do you want backup for that?
I don't know. I've been thinking about this all afternoon.
We can just like.
Petunia was walking around the village with her hands in her hands. She never looked up once.
Just every now and again. What?
We can like hang around like at the bottom of the hill. And if so, like there's always a window down at the bottom level around the back that we can always come through if you need last minute assistance.
It seems
Oh, we
strangely
could use-
specific.
Hugle's break-in tactics of throwing a rock through in the window.
I think they're unlocked, but you can still throw a rock if you'd like.
They are all unlocked.
For
The
more
doors,
rock.
the windows, the balconies
Several
unlocked.
rocks.
I need to talk to you first, though.
The horses have been tied up in the same spot all day. We could
Why don't you
talk
guys go check on the horses? We need
We'll
to have a
check on
chat.
the horses, absolutely.
Sure, yeah. I didn't even know what to say. He's like, yoink.
But I want to know!
The Wilhelm's be like,
It's Zeph kicking and screaming. Ah! Mom!
I need all of the information!
Does it smell like chloroform to you?
Make a constitution saving throw.
Are we back at the house at this point?
I would say you guys are pretty close, but Zero drags him into the house and you guys are kind of in the front garden.
Kicking his feet. Playing with that wedding ring.
Zeph looking through the window.
Where'd that confidence go, boy?
Boy. Hey, boy.
what did he say to you? You mentioned it earlier. And I imagine it didn't happen just once. What did he say?
There's a lot more of what you heard earlier. Your old man had me convinced that I killed our child.
What happened there?
He blamed my faith. As it didn't quite line up with yours.
With his.
His version of that faith.
Is that why you left? Because of what he said?
Read the letter. You might have a better idea of how the mind was working at the time. I know now that there is so much more to it. But that's as good a snapshot of how my mind worked back then as any.
So what, you just gave a letter to him and thought it'd be fine? Did he say that first? Or did you... I need to know what happened before I try and talk to him about this. You know how he gets.
From the moment that you and me started out, as soon as they found out at least, You knew he didn't like me.
He didn't like you before then.
I was always the black sheep of this village. But particularly to him. Let's be honest, it's part of what brought you to me at first. You wanted to piss him off. But after our little mushroom went down, and everyone else in the village getting that sickness, as far as he was concerned, and as far as he convinced me, that was my fault for worshipping a goddess of death. But I've seen so much more out there now, and I know that's not the fact. Death comes and goes, and it's part of that circle of nature that he thinks he worships. But I was weaker back then.
I think we all were.
I'm not gonna let him push me around again. I'm sorry I ever did. And he'll reach out to hold your hand.
She doesn't pull away.
There's still no excuse. It might be a reason, but it's not a good enough one. But read the letter. I wish you had back then.
Will you come with me?
Of course. Anywhere.
Okay. Let's go deal with my dad.
I'll try not to burn his house down.
Please don't. I would like at least some living relatives.
Oof.
Inspiration.
Yeah, already got it.
Oh, there you go. Now, question: do you want to read the letter before you go or after? Okay.
I've got it ready to send to you.
Oh,
Good, because I'm going to get you to read it out, so everyone can hear it. Because I want to see everyone.
Or do
cry.
you want me to read it as Hugle?
What do you think? What do you think? I feel like it'd be way more heartbreaking to hear Petunia read it, but you tell me. I put it to the table. Let's have a vote.
I guess it would be the difference if Petunia's reading it out loud in game, or she's reading it in her
True.
in her head.
Yeah.
She's reading it in her head as Hugle.
Hugle.
Yeah.
Okay. But so you
And we'll
two,
just zoom in on the reactions.
Yeah.
you guys.
look at my
Because let's call it what it is. You're absolutely watching from the window, you fucking sickos. You're absolutely, like, all of you are, like, piled in the window, and you see them turn on a spot and go up the hill. Leaving you guys at the house, so we'll come back to you two. What's going on with you guys?
You'll get a message, I'd say, Voyage. We'll be right back.
Surely.
You can respond to this message.
Surely we can, like, hang back a distance and be there as backup. Yes, yes.
With this fancy new spell I figured out the other day, let's do it.
So what are you guys doing?
We're gonna hang back. And we're gonna tail.
With pass without trace.
Okay, so stealth checks with plus 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus 10 on top of what you get.
Look, we have good passives, but I don't think we're picking this up.
30.
And your Tina got you 28.
Yeah.
Actually, are we adding the modifiers on top?
Yeah, it's a normal stealth check just with another 10 on top.
37. Ain't no see me.
You literally just like.
What?
Natural 20.
For a total of 30 something.
Hang on.
I forget who you all were. You just stealth so well.
Yeah.
I don't have disadvantage anymore. 34.
Hot damn.
We just all hold hands, and then there's a beam that comes down.
You know what I'm gonna say? You guys stealth out the back door of Petunia's house, leaving Dog and Pat behind. They didn't even hear you guys leave. They're like wrestling, and they get up like. Dog looks, and we'll go into his draconic tongue. He goes, "You had something to do with this. I know it." And Pat's just like, fuck you, pal. But well, you guys fucking... So basically what happening, you guys are trailing behind, you just see everything that happens and you can interject whenever you want. But I turn it over to you guys now. That's fucking... I love this game. Anyway.
So it's not too far from there, is it?
No, it's not. Dog.
God.
Oh, drama.
I'm guessing you're visibly nervous.
Trying to hide it, but failing to hide it.
Hugle will sort of have his hand down by his side and sort of do that thing where he's like reaching to put hands, but sort of just one finger
Knuckles
raises
rush.
yours to see if you're willing to take the hand.
Then she'd take his hand for the walk, then she'd let it go when they get to the door.
Oh yeah. You would even hold
She's not
back
that
when
game.
you got to the door. I think he'd stay at the front gate and kind of let you. I'm here if you need me.
Okay. Knock, knock, knock.
Picks up a stone. No.
Fucking...
Third level fireball.
Yeah, I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast fucking fireball. There's a knock at the door. There's no response. The door is unlocked. You turn the handle and it
I'm going
opens.
in.
And you're on. Obviously, there's a mud room when you enter. And you go past all the hallways. You go through the hallway that leads into like the because it's a hallway and then left, and then there's the living room and the kitchen are kind of connected to each other on that side, and then your mum's office is down there, and then obviously there's your little offices down there, and then all the rooms are upstairs.
Is my mum home?
Your mum is home. She's sitting in front of the fireplace reading a book.
I'm going to walk over to her.
What is it? Rose? I think it's... Yes, Rose, yep.
She turned around. She was engrossed in the tome.
Oh, she's engrossed in the book, but she knows when you walk in, she goes, oh, hello, dear.
She's reading tomes and tales.
Fuck you!
Disinspiration.
I'll give you my three.
That hurt it.
I'm just mad that I didn't say it first.
I need to ask you a question.
Of course, dear, anything. Puts that book down.
Take the hands.
Mhm.
Did you know about the letter?
What letter? We get letters all the time.
Don't do that.
What letter?
When Swale left town, do you know anything about him leaving? Please don't lie to me.
I was as shocked as everyone else when he left. I knew nothing about it. I promise.
What about Dad?
He didn't mention anything to me.
He's not usually the quiet, gloating type.
Well, he finds she looks over into like the downstairs, like their office. And he's like, I know your father isn't exactly shy about it, but he did express his happiness that the problem was gone. But he didn't make mention of any letter or anything of the sort.
Did you know anything
In what way?
about him leaving? About Dad doing whatever fate is that he does, sorry.
I feel like you've heard something that I haven't. I don't know.
Okay. Wish me luck. Time to go have a chat.
As you go to turn around, she quickly grabs your hand. She goes, the funny thing about it is you and him are exactly the same sometimes. Where you both jump in head first with your beliefs. He means well.
He doesn't seem to act like it. Mama, look around. He's supposed to care about life and all he does is turn people away.
I know. She just turns around and goes back to reading her book. She has nothing else to say on the matter.
She looks a little bit heartbroken and then turns around.
I'd like you to make an insight check for me.
I did. Okay. Hold on.
It's fucking okay.
Instant resignation.
15.
15?
Yeah.
Well, she rolled a 7, so
I rolled an 8.
in the moment of where you like turn, you take a look back to look over her shoulder, you realize that in that moment you have nothing more to say because you see a woman basically going, "Get out of here. I'm too old to start again." You see a woman that feels just as stuck as everybody else.
It's never too late, Mummy. Leave his ass, get a divorce.
It's legal now.
We can vote.
That's why I was very backwards to recently, apparently.
Holy shit. Oh. Fucking hell. Anyway.
And sort of turns around. All the little sadness drops and just goes back to flat.
Mm-hmm.
Walks towards her dad's office.
You cross the threshold. Hugle, you're still standing out the front. You guys stealth around with Zero being like, "Come on, I've got the better view. Check this out." And you get really close to the house, so you can hear it because you're inside the front garden, and you all can hear it. So if something gets really loud, everyone's gonna hear it. You cross the threshold, and in his office, he's got obviously there's like a writing desk and all that sort of stuff. It's like an L one, so like one side for him, one side for your mum, and it's like. Yeah, kind of. And there's also there's a smaller hearth in there too, like a smaller fireplace, because he spends heaps of time in there. And he's sitting on an armchair, smoking like a long wooden pipe as you walk in, and he hears the door open. And it's kind of one of those things where it's like you can see his like legs dangling over the chair and the pipe, but you can't see the rest of him because the back of the chair's in the way. Like one of those kind of things. And the door opens. "So have you come to apologise then? Or you just come to berate me some more?"
We've come to have the conversation that we didn't have.
And he stands up. He's got his pipe. "All right then.
What did you do?
I did what any good father would have done.
That's not an answer.
It's a perfectly fine answer for me.
What did you do?
I didn't say nothing that wasn't true."
To you. You're not answering my question. What did you do?
The day that little shite decided to get up and leave, he came a knocking. You were in bed. He told me to give you a letter. And I decided that any words that he couldn't say to your face, you didn't need to know about.
I didn't need to know about that. That letter was for me. That's not for you to decide. I'm allowed to make my own decisions about what I think about letters. Do you really think that poorly of me?
Yes. Yes, I do. It was one bad decision after another.
You saw the state that I was in, and you thought it was a good idea to keep that from me, and you still think you're a good father? That's it. You've got nothing?
I I don't need nothing. I did the right thing.
You don't need nothing. Then why the fuck do you have a whole family? Do we mean nothing to you as well?
Just leave.
Just like that, that's it?
If you can't see what I'm trying to do for you, I don't think you'll ever see.
Do you know what you're trying to do for me?
I'm trying to protect you.
From?
Everything.
And how well do you think that's gonna work?
Well, you're still alive, aren't you?
Yeah, you get all the credit for keeping me alive as if I have no autonomy to subdue that myself. I can survive just fine. I've been doing it for years.
If you ever get the opportunity to raise a child of your own, you'll understand. Leave.
If my daughter hadn't have died, what would you have done? Would you have kept trying to push him away? Would you have really done that? And still called yourself a good father?
I think at this point, it's like he stands up and gets real, like, aggressively close.
She doesn't move.
And he gets in and he goes, you look in my eyes and you tell me. Yeah, that's fair.
And
you got a lot of emotions.
And you clearly have none. I don't understand your faith. You're supposed to worship life, and yet at every opportunity you have to help people, you try to turn them away. You treat them as if they're lesser than you. Does your view of life depend on status? Is that what it is? Is it only the nice things can live?
Make an insight check for me.
Okay.
But I'm going to say by this point, you guys can hear all of this.
Yeah.
It's a little bit muffled because of the soil. But
Jesus.
So,
It's worse. It's 14.
can I tell where this is coming from?
what do you mean?
Like, if there's a lot of audible, is the office like upstairs? Is there a close window?
I always imagined the office was on the left there.
This thing?
Yeah.
Same.
The pretty windows.
You were like hanging off the fucking.
It's the Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like wondering where it's happening in the house? Yeah, I would think you'd know. It's like kind of shooting out the side here. Oh, this side rather.
Yeah, we all think it's this.
Yeah. Well, the jury says this is where it's happening.
Cody, that's where it's
I have been told. I've been bullied. Fuck me. There goes my show. Thank you. But yeah, so you're at the front, and you guys are like right here in the window, like it's getting fucking spicy. What did you roll, sorry?
14. Did he win?
He in fact didn't.
Yeah.
In that moment, you don't get the sense that what I'm gonna take this one from Matt fucking Mercer. The ability forcing someone to empathize means they have to have been born with the ability to empathize to begin with, and it seems that in this moment that is it has been deleted out of your father's memory after just years of toiling away. And I think in that insight check, you just see this really peculiar sense of entitlement.
If we're hearing muffled as well, you'd in your head hear the message from me. I'm here if you need me.
I'm going to go and actually do something to help this village and the people in it. I guess if I die, that wouldn't matter too much.
It's not that.
Supposing I do make it back, don't come talk to me. Don't come find me. You've crossed a line that I don't think even you would be able to, and I don't. I don't know if you can come back from this one, though. And she'll start turning to walk away.
You walk out that door, you best be sure.
And what? If I stay, that's it? I magically forgive you and all your transgressions and I just become a piece of the furniture?
It's up to you, isn't it?
I feel sorry for man.
What did you just say to me?
I said I feel sorry for Matt.
Right. Okay. Go on then. Go chase his tail. When you grow up, the door will be open. He goes and sits back in his chair.
When you open your eyes, I'm happy for a conversation. She's gone.
Oh, fuck, she's leaving, guys.
Fuck! You guys like pile out.
sees a rock. What the fuck's going on?
What the fuck? Oh man, this house is falling apart.
Still basically invisible.
Gotta fight in the other pillow.
And so as she walks out, she walks past where her ma is and she just sort of gives her a kiss on the head and says, "Bye, Ma," and leaves.
Goodbye, dear. Just in her book. And you leave. And Hugle, you see Petunia walk out the front door, and you guys from your absolutely insane hiding spots watch Petunia walk out the door as well. I'm still really mad about it. I'm just mad about it, you know? Fuck you. Fuck all three of you. How dare you?
What do I see?
Her eyes have started going red and she is visibly shaking. And it's like, it's hard to tell what emotion it is. You don't, it's like, it's probably a little bit of fear in there, but there's also anger and just sheer upset.
Hugle will walk up, hands and shoulders. Are you okay?
No. No, but I will be. Let's just go home. Let's just go home.
And he'll just sort of put his arm around you and walk you home.
Now here's an important question.
We're bolting home.
The trouble for are you going to bolt?
We're gonna try and get home before they do.
I would like to argue the point that I can pass through general plants without causing injury or disadvantage to my movement. Additionally, they both move at 25 feet.
Yeah,
We all move at 30.
She's not walking quickly.
Okay. Yeah, you guys like a fucking blip of lightning through these like you see like this halfling woman walking with her laundry and just like a sheet blips on her face like who turned out the sun? And you guys are you like quickly piling through the back door and it's just Mateo like eating like a bowl of cereal like
We were here the whole time.
okay.
Thank you.
Matroya, they were here the whole time. Okay.
Find something casual to be doing for when they return.
Give me cereal.
It sounded like
You guys are there for way too long trying to
book is
pretend to
upside
be
down.
casual.
I went to the bathroom and somebody had left a huge floater. Absolutely. So by the time you two come back, we enter the door and what do they see? Who's doing what?
Suspiciousness.
Zero sitting in the lounge room, like really, like up stiff, holding a book. The book's upside down though.
Yeah.
She's not reading it. And she
You
like,
will walk over. That better?
thank you.
Book is as well.
Zeph would be sitting at the dining table, like, and you just hear the clinking of cereal just going into a bowl. And it's just like, fuck, I forgot milk.
Just eat dry.
I thought they'd stolen Matroya's. Give me your milk.
Then he looked over and pours on the
Like the spoon holding her cereal back there.
Yeah. And like you don't want that. You don't want that. No. Okay. So you want to like fucking share what happened there? That was crazy. Oh. And like they whispered to us like, oh, you heard some shit.
Oh yeah.
God damn. Anyway, what about Voyage? What's Voyage nonchalant action?
He's looking at a photo.
Yeah, I was just about to say
The same one that Hugo was looking at the other day. That's a nice photo.
I think without any rolling, we're just like They followed us, didn't they? Right?
I mean, you can roll insight. You guys can roll deception.
Surely we're at a disadvantage of how awkward we're being.
2. No.
Naturally teen.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Hugo comes in. Why is your book upside down? That's weird.
That's a 9.
That's a 5.
That's an 8.
No, look, even with my +7, I only got to a 9. So actually, you two.
Yeah.
But Petunia sees
25.
through all of it.
Wait, wouldn't it be meet it or beat it anyway? So wouldn't he still...
Meet it or beat it, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so yeah.
So what have you guys been up to?
Oh, you know. Cereal.
Yes, breathing.
They were here the whole time.
Is that true?
No.
Just like all 3 of them, like fucking. Just like a fucking boy just got a sword, like fucking Zeph's got a dagger.
That doesn't help your case.
Listen.
Sort of walks over past her. Thank you.
I should maybe go in the room.
You're fine. You can stay wherever you like.
Oh, thank God.
I didn't expect any less from you, gotta...
I'm just sitting there with a ball.
Do they see us?
Petunia's gonna go and sit in a room.
Oh,
So there was something to see.
straight to
I
your room.
didn't even see me.
Petunia dips off to go to her room, leaving you guys
Do I
all
need to send
standing.
you a message?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in a rocking chair.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts my feelings. No, it should. And you did this.
Because from the
Oh,
rocking
that's
chair.
satisfying.
Now, in hindsight, I'll say I haven't read this again since I wrote it.
Oh, excellent.
To you,
Raw dog it.
It's perfect.
a year ago.
But that makes sense to me.
No, 100%. Whenever you decide to read it, I will read it aloud in your head.
I'm actually going to turn the music off of this.
It's like holds a little holy symbol, which in my head is like a little galaxy petunia bud that's been encased. And she's like, Patron gave me strength for this one. And then she opens it up and starts reading.
Alright, Sebby boy. Tip of tongue, teeth into lips.
So, yeah, you roll take the wooden band off, unroll it, open it up, and again, press into it a little galaxy petunia around the side. Like he's made this piece of paper very particularly. My dearest Petunia, my prized flower, you've been the light of my life that allowed me to grow from the seedling that you found in those gardens all those years ago, and have grown the seed of life that we planted together and brought into the world. Her loss is more than I can bear, and your father's words have withered me down. If I am to blame, if my faith is at fault, then I am unworthy of the light that you bring me. Shed no tears for me, save those to water the graves of our beloved little mushroom. I must go on a pilgrimage. I need to understand why she would do this to me. To her loyal servant. I cannot turn back on my queen, but I also cannot face you while I have these uncertainty and guilt in my heart. Know that my love for you and our galaxy is beyond measure, and while my soul belongs to the queen, my heart will always belong to you. Forgive me for my weakness, though I don't deserve it. Always yours, Swale.
She just holds it to her head for a second and just... And then she'll walk from her room back out down the hallway, and she looks Sadie dead in the eyes. This does not make up for the things that you've done, Swale. Like the mage, I wish I had this sooner.
That makes two of us.
I'm sorry for what you've done. I'm sorry.
I walk up and just hug you.
And Mateo gets up and just goes, yeah, to go check on some things.
I need a hand with the horses.
Let's go do that. Okay.
I heard the tap was leaky upstairs.
Quick mechanical question. Do you know sending? Is that
I think I do.
Yeah, and I would know. Right. I would imagine from now.
Yeah, Mateo leans over to Zephyr and is like, "You're not getting out of this. You've got to come
That's
check
one
on
you
these
need
horses."
to have picked, but you do know the
Come on.
spell, I think, right? I think
Don't
that's
worry,
I
I'm
do. I
sure
don't
we
know
hear
why.
all about it.
Oh, you might not have picked it for that.
Yeah.
And I would probably know that because we both.
With clerics.
Yeah.
Cleric.
He just sort of squeezed you tightly. I always thought you'd reach out when you wanted to talk to me, and the longer it was left, the more I just thought you didn't want to.
I didn't know if you were dead or not. God, this would be so much easier if I could hate you. She squeezes you back so tight. And at this point, she's like full body shaking. I've lost my parents.
They never deserved you.
I thought I could help them. At the very least, I thought I'd help them.
Your ma will always be there for you. But that overbearing shadow your father casts over that house is...
How did that man get to have a child? How is that fair?
He may not have deserved it. But he did one good thing. He brought you into this world. I may hate who he is and how he acts, but if not for him, and I sort of come back. You wouldn't be here. So I owe him one thing at least.
Barely.
It's easy to have a child. It's not easy to be a father.
What's the point of having a child and then just not loving them? No one deserves that.
Look at the house that man built.
I actively don't like to.
He wants to make things. He wants to show off what he can make. He tried to build you into something he could show off to the world. But he built you up too strong, even for him.
I don't feel strong.
Look at what you've done here. Despite growing up with that prick, despite the losses you felt, despite some asshole leaving you behind, you've built a life here. You bring people in, you take them in, you help. Every single face we walked by with you today lit up with your presence. You're stronger than you realize.
I don't know what to do.
I've been there many, many times. I still don't know what to do. I've literally walked around this entire island trying to figure that one out. It just sort of happened that I made my way back here. I didn't know I needed to do it. But fate or life or the weave or whatever it is out there brought me back and showed me what I needed to do, where I needed to be, exactly when I needed to be there. It'll come.
I'm glad that you're back.
Me too.
I don't know what to do with this information. We spent the last 4 years running with the notion that you just left me nothing. Obviously, my dad never checked in. I was known in that house for 4 years. Now you're back, and now there's this letter, and now he doesn't. I'm going to go and see our daughter's grave. And we're going to go out and kill whatever it is that's caused this. Be it what may.
It's 4 years too late. But I'm glad you got the letter.
Me too.
I think the mood in the room gets very simmered down after everything like that, and we'll quickly go to our everyone outside. What's happening outside?
Literally, I've roped in young fella
Mateo, yep.
to help literally muck out the area where the horse has been tied up all day, cleaning them up, making sure they're good, making sure they're food and watered, the whole shebang. Well taken care of.
Are you putting these two to work as well?
Has not asked Zero to lift a finger. If Zeph volunteers to help,
Yeah.
then yeah, can you help clean up the carriage?
Yeah.
Zero's gonna be like in the back of the carriage with Zeph, but she's not cleaning. She's like reloading her gun, and like as she's doing it, she's like,
You know, if you and me just went in there, nobody would know who killed him. Nobody would fucking have any fucking idea.
Loading very identifiable projectile ammunition.
The thought has definitely crossed my mind. But
You know what else could cross his mind?
a bullet.
His fucking asshole.
Sure.
I'm just saying, if we spotted him enough, it could happen. Oh. In all my years, given everything, I have never spoken to my children like that before. Ever. It's like no consequence for him. He doesn't give a fuck.
Did you see the size of his house?
You're right. We burn it down.
Get the mother out first, then burn it down.
I am going to put forward a very controversial opinion. Her indifference is her picking a side. cannot tell me that through all these years, because this would be a long-lasting thing. He's probably spoken to her like that her whole life. And you really have to wonder, it's such a climactic moment, if she wasn't willing to do anything then. I'm going to make a safe bet that she's never done anything. She shits me off as much as him, and I know that that is harsh to say, but it is where I stand on the matter.
When power like that, though, is in play, we don't know the extent of, I won't put it lightly, but abuse. Whether it be verbal, physical, what have you, she herself could just be an empty shell. An innocent woman who's being puppeted by her husband.
No. It's different when you have kids. It's like no matter what happens to you, it doesn't matter. As long as they get out and they are fine. No. I will stake my peace. Her mother should have done something sooner.
I think that if we do anything, it's Petunia's call.
Shit in his mailbox.
I'm not going to put the bullet in him, Mom.
I'm just
Leave her
saying.
alone. But he's nice and plump. He would make a fantastic pincushion, don't you think?
That's a short.
This is why I put you two seated next to each other.
Just think about it. How nice it would just be to... Oh, my fat guts and all my shitty opinions are leaving my body!
You can get inspiration for that. I don't have the coins, but you can just buy it, yeah.
What if accidentally this
Her ears.
Like a Gundam suit.
Yeah.
this plague? Remember that vial I gave Hugle?
Yes, yes,
He
yes.
has two of them.
He does. He does?
He does.
He does. What if we put one up his tight little asshole? And then flip him upside down and glug, 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 glug. Or put it in the steam. That could also work.
Is he a tea drinking type, you think?
He is a cock-sucking type.
That could be why the wife is so indifferent.
It makes so much sense!
Okay, so this conversation goes to a different...
It's like echoing out of the carriage.
Voyage, while you and Mateo are like cleaning up the area around the horses, I would even say you've unhitched the carriage and you're just letting them like loose their legs a little bit around. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Fuck my life.
He died from the shit.
We're just out there like battling and we're like, he sucks cock, he sucks cock.
He drops, he has a seizure.
That's a 6.
Awesome. Minus 15.
Ooh. Health?
No, minus 15 to that save. So, nothing happens.
Right.
You just get this odd feeling like, okay, something just gave it a whack, but it's gone now. We must be fine. And then, about 10 minutes later, you get that burning in the back of your neck and that soft whistling in your ears as that warm feeling returns. And it kind of sounds like when your parents drop a phone mid-conversation, they're picking it up. Like, Voyage, Sunny there.
Hello, yes. It's the double take of the. Did you drop the rock?
It's wait, do you have a rock?
No.
No, you don't.
No,
That's right.
It's sending.
Yeah, it's Eddie. He goes, well, I got kind of bored and I learnt a new spell. I can see you now, that's fun. Scrying.
Right. Fuck, since when?
Oh, about a week and a half ago, and I realised I didn't check in for a while, but I didn't want to interrupt anything fun.
Thank fuck. Oh. That could have been awkward. Glad you checked in, though.
Well, that's good to hear. So, fun fact. Civil war on the horizon. Some pricks being a prick. Your father and I are watching the news. But, all in all, things look good. Your sister misses you. Sending ends. I'm not keeping track of the words. I can't be fucked right now.
But it's scrying and sending. Right. Scrying and sending.
Because I think sending's not concentration, what scrying is.
Yeah.
So he can do both. So he's got the one-way Skype call going on.
Yeah. Just remember to bunker down if shit hits the fan. If both of you get out there, it could get bad for the other guys.
Oh, don't worry yourself. It's nothing we haven't handled before. I just realised I've been a bit caught up and I've forgotten to check in.
I miss Journey too.
Yeah. She pesters me a lot about you. Well, stay safe. I love you. Your father says hello.
I love you all too. I also have a boyfriend now. Bye!
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom,
Oh god.
Hold on. I gotta check character sheet real quick. Excuse me. Because there's no Wi-Fi. Wait, yes, there is a line. What am I doing that for? How am I reading the document? I need to see how many spell slots your fucking hot dad has. Where is he? Solace. How many spell slots does this man have? Fucking shitload, surely. He's level 20 for Christ's sake.
Oh, fucking oath.
Yeah, just full send one off.
Yeah.
Sending's only 3rd level too.
And you can
Oh, hell yeah, baby. Fucking oath.
buggery.
Yeah, I'm getting absolute skullduggery on this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he's got 8 spends of it, so from 3rd level. He sends one back and he just goes, cheeky naughty boy. Can't wait to hear all about it. I might keep that one from your father though. He might not be as fun.
He'll be fine. Oh, sorry. Is Scrying still running?
Oh yeah.
He can see him.
Yeah.
Oh no. We're breaking up. Can we talk about this later?
You get one back. Oh, you're a slippery little bastard. Okay, love you, kisses.
Sorry, reception's gone. I can't hear you no more.
Last sending ends. You feel that presence evaporate.
I gotta pay attention to when that happens. That could get real awkward.
Alright.
Bunga bunga.
Yeah. What? So we're going into the afternoon now, it's about 6:30 by the time you guys eventually feel like it's safe to enter the house again. What would they see as they enter? Is there anything happening at the moment as they kind of come back in from cleaning the stable?
Petunia's gone. She's walked down to the garden.
You guys both walk?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys could have gone out the back door. And so when you guys enter, the house is empty.
They shrunk.
Be very careful where you step. They might be in between the crevices of the wooden
They could
floors.
be upstairs.
There's no upstairs here.
I thought there was a joke.
It was upstairs.
Yeah.
Wrong house.
No, there's
No,
no upstairs in my house.
at her parents' house, not at this house.
Right.
There's a
Could
lot
be
of
in
rooms
her
on it.
room.
Damn, it's a Mandela effect. I dead ass thought there was a second floor here too.
That's what I thought
Nah.
too. Anyway, they could be in a room.
Honey, I shrunk the kids. Oh. Wait. They may have gone out. Just gonna awkwardly sit on the couch again.
Just wait for them to get home.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll. Oh, well, what do you two want to do? What does Zeph and Voyage want to do in the meantime?
I've done the hard yards of keeping the investment property well taken care of.
The dowry.
Yeah,
Ensuring my dowry.
that's it, right?
Ooh, would we have do you reckon Zero would have caught the end of that call about talking about that he's got a boyfriend?
He
now?
wasn't being quiet about it.
Yes.
Just very quickly, Zero kind of leaned back over the couch. So, when am I meeting the parents?
Maybe after the Civil War? We'll jump ship and head over to Vassal once we take care of all this. He's treating it like this is gonna be piss easy.
I don't think I want to meet your parents anymore. Should go back to sitting awkwardly on the couch.
My dads are lovely.
I'm sure they are, but generally, Civil War is not!
Yeah, but we go help.
Oh. First it's fucking undead dragons, then it's fucking weird black boogers, now it's, oh yes, and while we're there, we'll just sneak in a little side of Civil War in a foreign country. Get that off my sons.
No son of mine. What about Zeph? What's Zeph doing during this?
Zeph is going to go through the kitchen and prepare dinner to keep themselves busy. Because they're sitting around is give me something to do. So they're just gonna cook. And I feel like it's going to be a stew type thing with bread and all that sort of jazz. So,
Absolutely. I think Victoria would eventually come out from her room as well and be like, I can help you with that. Here. I know it's kind of weird when you can't read half the bottles, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of just eyeball it by this point. I think we can make it work. And you guys are able to... God, that's when your headlights off, man. Driving the dark like the rest of us. And you guys are able to put together. It's like a really mum and pop style home cooked big fucking stew broth with big chunks of bread and shit. And Mateo walking back in the hallway goes, oh hell yes, this is awesome. And you guys are able to share a meal and kind of just sit down.
I feel like that'd be something by the time that it's ready is when they decide to come back sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Or I'll send one of them to go get them. Instead of me intruding, just being shoot, go fetch.
Yeah, go kid, go.
Yeah.
Go kid, go.
Huzzah.
Yeah.
Go web.
So you start cooking and we can time that,
Yeah.
but what we'll do is we'll go to you two. Go over to the garden. What happens?
She just walks over, sits down, just sort of collapses a little bit next to Galaxy's grave and just sits really quietly and a little bit forlorn. Just reaches her hand down into the dirt. She starts just really slowly crafting some flowers. Just bits and bobs.
Hugle walks up and sort of kneels down beside you. Starts doing the same thing, just building up more fresh flowers and starts making some of the more beautiful and ornate kind of different orchids and things that he's come across in the swamps, and some more range of colour of things that he's seen along his path. Just adding little speckles throughout. So all of the burial mounds in this garden, Galaxies is the most wide-ranging, beautiful, just mix of different things. Pulls his hand away, puts it around you.
Immediately buckles.
And just pulls you in tight. Still looking at the grave, but kind of just pulling your head in against him.
I lost them too. Shouldn't be such a big loss, but feels like it.
I think you lost them a long time ago. Even though they were still there.
Did I ever have them?
I honestly don't know. I may be a bit jaded, but I don't know if your father is actually capable of really loving someone. I know your mother does. She may not have always liked me, but she was always kind. She's just broken. So it pulls you in tight, like a little scraps. Like, imagine putting up with him for a whole lifetime.
I have.
You don't deserve all this pain. But unfortunately, that's not how the world works.
Yeah, I got that one.
When I first met the bunch, we call ourselves the Broken Few. I think you're an honorary member at this point. You felt the pain. But we were traveling. We came through a town. And people had come through there and just recklessly killed a whole family, small children. It wasn't nature or sickness that took them. It was other people. There's so much loss and pain in this world. And we can try and help. But it's always going to come for us. It's how you take it. I know I failed my first test at that. But look at you. You might feel weak or broken right now, but Fuck me, you're strong. You can make good out of anything.
Not everything.
Look around you. Every single one of these mounds represents somebody's pain and loss. And you've kept making something beautiful out of it.
I'm just joking. Sorry, I'm trying so hard to keep it in. Like I can't really stand a moment.
Give that man a lozenge.
I've got to quit smoking, but I won't. Oh, damn.
It sounds terrible. A part of me wishes that he was dead, so at least this pain would be justified.
Don't tempt me.
Damn. You got not the time.
It's a terrible thing for me to think.
Just say the word, wifey.
You're allowed to feel every single bit of this pain. However it manifests. But he's not worth your time.
I don't know what to do. What do I do?
You keep moving on. Keep going forward. You felt loss. Much worse than the loss of that old, decrepit piece of shit.
I don't think I'm mourning for him. I think I'm mourning for what he should have been and what I didn't have. Let's just kill whatever that thing is. At least some semblance of normalcy back.
You guys hear a cracking of leaves behind you because you both have really high passive perception. And this poor boy can't seem to roll anything above a 10.
No.
You can hear the footsteps because you would have sent the boy out, right, Mateo? Yeah. So Mateo walks out and goes, I don't want to be that guy, but you can't go killing things on an empty stomach. So the really scary grey one, they cooked, sorry.
Thank you.
I don't think I've tried Zeph's cooking. This could be interesting.
Well, sister was in there helping her, but they looked like they kind of had it all on the table. So, look, you might die, you might not. Who knows? That's the adventure of it. Come on then.
Let's get some food into you. Come on. So he picks you up, arms around you, and walks you back.
Mateo waits for you guys to go in front, and he'll walk behind. You enter back in the home, and it smells of this like awesome, like homemade mum and pop style stew, beef stew, and all these like toasted bread bits. And it's like, how does it look on the table? Is it like a little?
It'd be like a big pot in the middle with like a serving spoon in there.
A ladle.
Yeah, and then there'd be on either side of it like plates of bread, and then just like bowls and stuff like that.
Real catch and kill your own style.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like serve as much as you're hungry, sort of thing.
Hell yes.
You go past the sneaky detect poison.
And the only poison in there, mate, is love.
You get health back.
Yeah.
Crazy. For a moment, all the sadness and all the cold and all the pain seems to go away, just for a while, as you all get to sit down and just enjoy a good, hearty, home-cooked meal with people that you love. And at some point, the night will roll on. So what I want to get from everybody as we go into the evening when we're all about to go to rest, who does what? Does anyone have any interactions they wish to have with each other?
I think after dinner and when everyone's done, Zeph just kind of like falls back into that rhythm of doing the dishes as well afterwards, sort of thing. Just to basically give Hugle and Petunia time for themselves so she doesn't have to worry about any of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. We'll
Voyage
actually get
would
to you two at the end.
Chip in on that. He'd be drying.
Yeah.
Zero will be very confusedly trying to put things away after Voyage dries them.
It's Zero putting stuff in the cabinet.
Actually,
and yeah.
I want to roll investigation to...
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, rock on. I got advantage too, so I'll see if I can do better than that. Okay, no, that's gonna be 21.
Wow. I was gonna put it against your spell save DC, which is like 17, so that's perfect. There's a moment where everyone's kind of pottering around the kitchen, and you stand back. You go, she's got little legs. I know how this works. And you just figure it out. Yeah. You go from one side, you're like, plate, bowls, cutlery, cooking utensils, pots. I've got this. and it's a flurry of fucking just Zero flying through this white blur, putting all these dishes and stuff away. And like at Voyage at one point, you haven't even finished drying one yet, and Zero just goes, yoink, and just pinches it. But I'll say, because you rolled really high, you're very quickly able to figure out how the kitchen works. And now you've just downloaded someone else's kitchen format into your brain.
Excellent.
Probably can't remember your own, though.
Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, you can only have room for one. There he is.
Only one save file.
Yeah. Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear Solid style. Okay. You guys assist in putting the kitchen back together so that Petunia and Hugo can have more time for themselves. The twins also help with cleaning up and putting all the chairs away and washing all the cutlery and all that sort of stuff. And very quickly they bid you guys a good night and they go to sleep in their bedroom together. What's the sleeping arrangement like for the trio before we cut to these two for the end?
I would imagine the same.
The same? So living room, like couch, bedroom, one of you's on the floor, one of you's on the bed. Easy. Dog and Pat curl up in front of the fire. Yes.
I would like to know, before clocking for bed,
Yep.
Voyage just finds an excuse to step outside for a minute, even though he fully took care of the horses before. He's all like, I'm just going to go check on the horses.
Sure.
Again. And he's just trying to figure out how the sending stone works.
Yeah, because it's the one for Val, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like looking at it, it's like... And as you kind of go to put it in your pocket, your thumb brushes over the rune and it just goes... And it glows blue. And at the last second, it's like you could hear hello? Hello?
Oh, it worked.
Oh, good, you figured it out.
Yeah.
You struggled for a bit, didn't you?
No.
It's normal, it happens. I can't expect a country boy like you to know everything.
That's mean.
Am I wrong?
No.
Exactly. What was it? It was Panagos?
Panagos.
Yeah. Us Panagos, never wrong. Ever. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway.
Stick to your fucking guns. That's not how you were raised. We're right every time. Without waver.
Did you hear that?
I don't know. Okay. Rapid fire, real quick. Did you notice anything sus about your mum before we left? That wasn't normal for her at all, aside from bringing us home.
No.
She doesn't have any association with any other fae.
What do you mean any other fae?
Well, any fae. Things. Elves
No,
don't
the words that came out of your mouth were any other fae. What does that mean?
I said that wrong. That was me. I said that wrong.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Have a drop it.
Zeph's right there.
Voyage. He's stupid. Plus 0 to intelligence. But like, does your mum know any fae?
No.
Other than just a normal fae elf thing?
I mean, besides Zeph?
Zeph's not a fae, don't lie to me.
They're a changeling.
Yeah, a changeling, not a fae.
The lineage comes from the fae. You stupid, beautiful bastard.
Beside the point. Your mum didn't know any other fae? No.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Anyone on the outset just looks at Voyage standing in the dark with his ominous blue light on his face.
He's got like all the 8 chins that you would if you're sitting in bed on your phone.
Like when you're Skyping your grandparents.
Like an old man trying to use a mobile for the first time.
Oh, Skye, how dare you?
What'd you do? Yeah.
I'll put my glasses down first.
Fuck off.
That ring she was wearing. Not your dad's. Question mark.
If I remember correctly, we rolled for it and he never saw it, did
He
he?
never saw it.
What ring?
She's wearing a ring.
I never saw a ring.
Okay.
She hasn't worn my pa's wedding ring since he died.
Alright. Additionally, I told my dad about you.
Oh, wonderful. How did that go?
It was great. Apparently Dad's not gonna like it though, but fuck that guy.
D1 and D2, we've got to have some sort of numeric system in place so I know which one you're talking about.
Good dad. Solace.
Okay.
Dad 1.
Dad 1, D1, okay.
Killag. Dad 2.
D2, okay. Who's who? So D1 is good dad?
Yep.
Okay. So D2, bad dad. Okay. So D2, angry dad, not gonna like me. Got it.
Apparently. He's not gonna get a bloody choice in the matter.
Well, I don't want to be like the kids at school, but I reckon my mom could beat up your dad, so.
Wanna bet money on that?
I'll wager. You know what? I'll take you out to the finest dinner ever. If your father could beat my mother in a fight, God rest his soul if he tries. We'll see what happens.
Bet.
How are you?
I'm good.
You okay?
Yeah.
How is it out there?
Surprisingly wet.
Yeah. That's why don't you think I'd never leave?
It also rains a lot in the city though, so...
Yeah, I know, but fuck the mud.
I'm still getting used to it all out here. I had to trade off my armor though. I'm gonna miss the armor of gleaming.
Oh, yeah, so now you're gonna be a dirty ranger boy.
Yeah.
Excellent. I cannot wait. Shower time is going to be fun.
As if it wasn't already.
Okay. I see what's happening here. And it's not fair, because you're weeks away. Is she staying out of trouble?
Yes.
Make a perception check.
I felt like he felt the eye bug from through the sending stone.
Bitch, that's about 20.
Oh, yeah, he can't tell. He goes, okay, I trust you. Well, I've got a bit of paperwork I need to follow up on. Uncle Gus is just out getting some groceries and stuff right now, but he'll be back in a minute. But
One last thing.
yeah,
Could you just, on a whim, maybe find a book about some fae with the ability to just, like, get into people's heads?
I mean, I can give it the whirl, sure.
It's just an idea. I don't want to raise any flags. It's the parasites. She keeps talking to the parasites.
The parasites want the candy.
I don't know what you're talking about. It has me concerned, but I will go find a book. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to go now. I have work to do. I don't get to gallivant around the country. I have a job.
Yeah. Must be nice.
Fuck you.
Fuck you too, respectfully.
Maybe later. Okay, I gotta go.
Bye.
Bye. Rock goes down.
I love how we're weeks away from him, but we're still exploiting him to do collection.
He's right near the library.
Okay, and then you're able to go back in the house and you join the rest of the party.
Specifically, he's all like, I didn't just talk to him without asking Zero. Power walking into the spare room. Well, the room.
Make deception, make insight. Who's gonna be the one that doesn't cuck you?
I don't know, they all will. Oh, wait a minute.
Don't you get advantage?
You get advantage on
I do.
insight.
That is 19.
This is 9.
A 9.
Sass.
It's just like, it's like on, her head's like on a hinge, it's like... watching him as he goes down the hall.
Yeah, Power walks into the
And
room.
like it just as like his silhouette's about to like go past the wall, all he hears is a oi.
You know that thing that comedically occurs in anime? Whenever they've got a tail, it just sticks out, right?
Yeah.
Immediately.
I forget you have a tail.
I do. Yes.
Where I can see you.
Turns around and stands in the doorway. But he's like kind of... He's hiding like a shoulder behind it for
Ready to
sake.
dive for cover.
Run and cover.
Is he well?
Yes.
Then that is all I need to know. Have a good night, Voyage.
Intense.
Okay. And he takes the opportunity to get off scot-free.
Now, we're getting pretty close to hitting the end, but what I want to know specifically is... I'm just going to come straight out and say, oh, the microphone, there we go. I'm just going to come straight out and say, do you go to bed alone? I'm going to put that up to you two before I've got to read this little bit. I think I do.
Just thinking about it. Because I'd say, like, at that dinner time, it's probably the first time that she hasn't spoken at all during dinner. Hasn't tried to cut tension or start conversation at all. And just kind of sits almost empty at the table while everyone's cleaning up. And I think she'd just stay there for a while during bedtime proceedings.
When it gets closer towards the end, I think Hugle would come up, put his arm around you. You need some rest. He'll walk you to your room and sort of get you in bed and like tuck you in.
Where are you sleeping tonight?
We'll be out by the fire again.
It's not a bed.
I've slept in worse places.
You're welcome to stay here if you'd like.
Bright red.
Just as a bed.
Dating sim! Daddy sim.
Filled with trauma for your pleasure.
Just a bed.
He'll lean down. Like a light kiss on your forehead. Close the door and get into the bed, but like as close to the edge of the bed.
Oh, man.
He's so just like, I don't want to encroach.
He's like seesawing on the edge.
Only one room left in the inn.
Only one bed.
What are we gonna do?
We've got to make sure there's enough room for 2 patrons in this bed, not just one.
Tusk love.
So,
Oh, Captain Oscar.
in the bed, laying there, giving space, like with a sort of a little smirk on his face and that comfort of like this is home.
I think there'd be that space until she's like right on the edge of going to sleep, like in that limbo state, and out of sheer habit sort of reaches across the bed.
He puts his arm out
Fuck you both.
and will kind of roll over and
I'm gonna quote my favourite show, Bluey. Us! And you guys, perhaps for the first time in a long time, just fall the fuck asleep. And nothing you feel like would wake you at this point.
and I'll put out there, I think this is going to be the first night in the last 4 years that Hugle doesn't have nightmares.
This is like the most quality sleep she's ever fucking gotten.
Damn. The soft breeze blows through the heavy woods surrounding Potts Hollow. A few loose leaves float down and land softly on the earth beneath. The soft cawing of birds can be heard amongst the canopies of the trees, you know, and the crackling of like cicada wings and all that sort of stuff. And all is silent in this moment. Early hours into the morning, this resounding silence is broken with the sounding of a semi-thunderous crack can be heard. And in a split second, you're all jolted awake, like you get broken out of your trance like straight away because you're like hyper alert in your trance mode anyway. And the only sound you can hear is breath. Is it yours? You're not quite sure at this instant. And what breaks this amazing this intense silence is the sounding of a deep horn, like a actual horn, thundering through the canopies as it emanates from the guard tower, and you can hear just ever in the distance, Knowles, we're under attack. Colton's down. And that's where we're gonna leave it, and we'll come back next game. So guess what? You don't long rest, because this is in the middle of the night. You haven't got all your rest back yet. Maybe you.
Yeah.
Not everyone else,
That's
though.
what I fucking did.
My boy! I love hurting people's feelings. Yes. But that's all that we've got. That's all that we have for this week's episode. And we'll see you guys in the next one when we find out what happened to our dear boy Colton. And a Knoll attack. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Peace.